Judges, my name is Senator Jalagam, and I will be speaking for the first time this session. So judges, please give me a nod, thumbs up, anything to indicate that you're ready. In the last few decades, the average income of the top 1% has gone up 25%. It has gone from 1.2 million It has gone to 1.2 million, and the average American only makes $70,000 per year. The typical CEO earns about 110 times more than his worker in the company. And yet, over the last decade, the incomes of most Americans have actually fallen 6%. Today, the wealthiest Americans are paying the lowest taxes. I strongly affirm the resolution to tax the rich for the following 2 reasons. My first reason, revenue for defense, education, healthcare, social security, and many other basic needs. With the national debt fast approaching $15 trillion, spending cuts alone are not going to solve the problem. America has too many needs. We live in a dangerous world and provide the main counterbalance to countries such as Iran, North Korea, China, and Syria, and many other threats to freedom. The rich already have enough money to live a luxurious lifestyle. It won't hurt them as much to increase their taxes. With people all over the country struggling to buy food, rent, gas, and medical care and other main necessities, is it really too much to ask a millionaire or a billionaire for a little bit more money? Now this moves me to my second point of analysis. The skyrocketing national debt, compounded with the unsustainable federal deficits, have the potential to topple the U.S. and world economy if more isn't done soon. Soon, interest on the national debt spending will exceed tax revenues, so something has to be done. In the case of a monster-sized economy like the U.S., there is no fallback. If the U.S. economy collapses because of debt burden, so does every other economy in the world. Both spending cuts and new tax revenues will likely be necessary to bring the budget back to normal. Today, thanks to loopholes and shelters, a quarter of all millionaires now pay lower tax rates than millions of middle-class families. Some billionaires have a tax rate as low as 1%. This is about the nation's welfare. It's about making choices that don't only affect and benefit the rich, but it has to benefit the middle class and the economy as a whole. And therefore, Senators, I urge all of you to go in the strongest affirmation of this resolution. And therefore, I am now open to questions.
Okay, that speech was 2 minutes 55 seconds. Questions for Senator Jalagam? Senator Talat?
Senator, these billionaires lead the private sector and they employ thousands or millions of people, and these people have the power to lower their wages, so wouldn't this negatively affect their lives of the middle class?
Not necessarily, Senator, because we need the people with lower incomes to be able to pay for their basic necessities, and that is much more important than the reason that you stated in your question.
Aren't these tax loopholes available for anyone else? It's not like they're discriminating. Only rich people can make use of these loopholes. So how is that an argument?
Senator, can you rephrase your question?
Okay, so you said the wealthy are taking advantage of all these tax loopholes. Well, can't the average middle-class American also take advantage of these loopholes? It's not as if these loopholes are only available to the rich. Anyone can take advantage of them, so...
Yes, Representative, I totally agree with that statement. However, the main people that are taking advantage of these loopholes are the millionaires and the billionaires of America today. Most of the middle-class business leaders are not taking advantage of these loopholes. If they were, they would be much more successful than they are right now.
Senator Rakam, question?
Senator, doesn't passing this bill move closer to socialism, which is going against our nation's founding principles of capitalism and basic fairness?
Senator, I found a flaw in your question. I believe that this bill will not take away fairness, but it will actually make it more fair in order to have a balanced life for all of Americans.
All right, thank you, Senator. Okay, next speech on the floor.